Man,
Hi
you're
guys,
so
everyone,
much
it's
older
Sophie
than me.
and
Could be
today I
my
have the
dad.
pleasure to with me a woman because every time I interview a woman, there's always, these self-empowering talks. Yes, Sophia Gobbie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm really happy to have you here. And because, like I said, your music is really heartfelt, and it's such a glimpse of happiness. Like I can breathe. It's really, and I wish more people can listen after this interview, even more your music.
You're so sweet. Thank you so much. That really it means a lot.
You have this energy and this light coming from you, so it's kind of contagious.
Oh,
It's
you're so sweet.
nice
Just know
too.
how to make a girl's day.
Always, always, girls. Let's leave the boys out. We don't need them. Of
We're
course,
the bigger man anyways.
yeah, we will go through that also
We'll
because,
get through
yeah,
that.
of course, before talking about, like your single, like you started as well, like your, let's say, because it's your career into the music scene. Who is Sophia? Your musical background, your own journey before releasing even the first single.
Yeah. So I grew up in Italy, but I'm half American. My mom's from California. That's why I have an American accent. And I started writing songs when I was 8 years old. I had a sort of like epiphany that I was like, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And I called my best friend right after, and I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And we formed a duo called Ali and Sophie.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and we started writing songs and every time we would hang out, so like every weekend or after school, and we would like direct music videos and draw up like our stage sets and our outfits for when we were gonna go on tour one day. And we would go through like the bins in the house for like
yeah.
trash. We were like two little raccoons, and then we would just put like our logo on everything and then like resell it at our parents' dinner parties to their friends and stuff. So we made the merch, we did it all.
It's been
So
so
that's kind of
young.
how I started out. And then my friend decided she wasn't so into music anymore. She still is
Of course.
obsessed with music, but and I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this. I feel this like calling. And so I've been really writing songs every day since, and since I was 8 and working towards this. So it's what gets me out of bed excited every morning. And the fact that my album is coming out in January feels so full circle, and I'm so excited about it because I've been literally waiting my whole life for this moment. So I'm very happy.
Because you're always, I mean, you started releasing music since, I mean, it's not like today or 2 years ago. You're starting, was it 10 your first single?
So my first single, yeah, was 10,
Um,
and it came out in 2022. I put out two songs before that, but I took them down because I wasn't
ah,
at the time so happy with them. Now I'm like, dang it, I wish I'd left them, but officially, yes, 10.
that is the
Uh,
first single. And of
yeah.
course, because of course, like, I mean, it's like having the grid of Instagram, when you have those photos that you don't like it anymore. It's like, okay, wait, I'm gonna change it and take it down. That's like, and then
Exactly. No
you
one
think
needs to
about,
know.
and then you think about it, it's like, wait, I want them back because
I
actually, even if they're messy or confusing or has nothing to do with who I am, they're always you.
Yeah, there's still a version of me, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm proud of that. So,
yeah, but
yeah.
of course, starting with, so let's say if the first single officially started with 10, of
Yeah.
course, we have to give a backstory to 10. What is about,
Yeah.
what is what was, because I think also now with the bigger man starting, the sound, the lyrics start to change because also Sophia is
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, 10 is a very special song to me. I wrote it when I was at university, and
Okay.
just kind of noticing how you go through life, and you're very like you have that comfort at home growing up, whatever that may be, because it's familiar, and it's cyclical, and you go off to college for the first time, and everything's different, and you're on your own, and you're living by yourself for the first time, and you don't have that comfort blanket around you, and so you're trying to find your chosen family, I guess. That's when you
Yeah.
start kind of performing it. And so it's really hard at the beginning, and I remember feeling really lonely. And I wrote this song because it was a great way for me to kind of just process that whole thing and just realize that it's something everyone goes through, and then like
Yeah.
you do end up finding your chosen family and your
Yeah.
people outside of your home, and it's like the
But
most beautiful, enriching thing in the world. Um, and everyone goes through that, and it's hard for everyone, but it was like a beautiful moment to get to acknowledge that and kind of see it with 2020 vision and be
yeah,
like, I was okay. It was hard, but I'm okay, and it made me so much stronger. And so, yeah, that song is also in a different style, like you mentioned, from what I'm
yeah.
doing now, because I grew up writing songs alone in my bedroom in my hometown of Ivrea, Italy.
Like,
It's a pretty small place. And no one really spoke too much English where I
yeah.
grew up. So I was really writing for myself and my audience of my cat. So in my room.
Beautiful
So
audience.
yeah, the best audience now. Um, but just kind of having that in mind was, I think,
Um,
with that kind of audience, the kind of music I wrote was very introspective. It was quiet because that was kind of my environment. And like I mentioned, like
back in the day, yeah. But also
exactly. And
like you mentioned, like this that song 10 or the song that has this change as a kind of theme. It could also because you wrote that song while you were living that moment, so it kind of I think could send you messages like a way to not say to the people, but also to influence to the people or inspiring them to maybe also writing things or doing something that can help you to through a process of change of process
yeah.
instead of like just watching happening things, just act. But also when you are another message I think it's important, like we all go through changes that whether they could be like say university or just could be out in the world, because we are living in, especially if you know Italy as well, we tend to live a lot with the family. So,
Yes.
so there's no
Oh yeah.
age, there's no age for a song like that.
No.
And you had your cat as an audience. I remember I had my, like teddy bear and something when I was a
There you go.
teacher to them. You have to study like that, or prepare me to do. So that we all had our own audience, but I
Yeah,
think now your audience grew up a little bit, way a little bit,
just a little
just a
bit.
little bit, because you're doing really great. And of course, as the years gone by, the second single came in was a Trouble,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It was actually there was another one called Waiting Room between those
Waiting
two.
Room. Okay,
Yeah. But Trouble, I love that song so much.
it kind of like say that what about what the red line was kind of a not to say a turning point, but it was taking more the turnover of your actual style. But
Yeah.
you mentioned said we have a waiting room before,
Yes.
so
So basically, yeah. So for those two, it's funny because I wrote Trouble in my childhood bedroom too,
okay,
which is really interesting. But Waiting Room was very much of a kind of like a perfect in between, I'd say, between 10 and Trouble. So
okay,
when I moved to London, because I started performing and I went to like every open mic possible, I just wanted to get out there. I wanted to get comfortable on stage. And I noticed I was singing songs like 10 at these really loud pubs. Everyone was drunk and loud, and no one was listening to my lyrics. And I was like, dang, I spent so much time on these words and everything. Like, I really want people to listen.
so it goes,
Um,
yeah.
and so I went home one day after a gig and I wrote Waiting Room, which starts out pretty soft, but then towards the end, gets pretty loud, and it's a very cathartic song for me. And I went to sing it at the pub the next day. And I remember that by the end of the song, the whole place was quiet and they were listening. And I was like, yes.
Is how you
Yeah,
see.
finally.
If I sing it, I'll just like maybe I have to just sing it quite in a quiet tone, and then towards the end, I'm just gonna shut out loud and just
Yeah, and I was like, literally, the only
talk.
way, yeah, for people to listen is if I'm like really loud.
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah.
okay, let's do this.
That's also I think the problem they say to us just if no, you just don't say don't be too loud, be less loud, but the only ways to people that can hurt us is when we are literally loud. It could be just in a song, could be just letting our voice to be heard. Because this is also a song that could be for many women could be
Yeah.
harmful because our voice are not heard a lot most of the time.
No. Thank you for saying that. It was beautifully said. So yeah, trouble was exactly that for me. It was the moment I decided I was, I mean, growing up, everyone has their input from family, friends, society telling you to fit in a certain box and act a certain way. And I was just like, I was just tired of making myself small and like, or like
I don't know the
for
thing.
people making me feel small as well.
Yes,
And I was like, if I'm not gonna be myself, like what's the point of
right.
like pleasing everyone if I'm not even like pleasing myself or like enjoying myself and it was very freeing and it was just a moment for me that I was like it was very much of a turning point like you said before.
I needed to let my voice even speak because yeah,
Yeah.
it's I think I don't know if it's something that is going on after the pandemic or whatever, but I think kind of eat our brain somehow. I don't know if it was COVID that eat our brain too, but something shifted. Then I think everyone, not only us as a women, but started to they wanted to talk, to be listened, and
Yeah.
not and being just ourselves because everyone want us differently. Like I don't know if I have someone ever said to you like, oh, you are too loud, you move to your hands too much, or just like that. But this is who we are, and I guess at
Yes.
some point, why change it? I mean, of course, there is a mistake or something, of course, but if this make you feel good and this is who you are, and why be something else?
Exactly. And I find like I find it so beautiful when people are themselves. Like it just makes me want to be more myself.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I just kind of was channeling that. And I also feel like people who want to make other people feel small and like judge, they don't feel very good about themselves. So I think that's maybe why
Exactly.
they do that. And so I always try to kind of think about that if someone says something mean or something. I'm like, they're
That's
probably going through it. It's
yeah,
nothing personal.
and of course, that was arriving bigger man. It
Yeah.
was the single that gave the name to the album.
Yeah.
There is a double question. One is, of course, the bigger man as a meaning and everything, and also why choose that name for the album.
Yeah. This album was inspired by my horrible dating life. Where it is rough out there.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about over there, but like especially London, it's wow. Um, yeah. So
this one is not the best.
yeah, it just came from like a lot of experiences of where me and my other like girlfriends felt like we needed to be like the bigger man in a relationship or dating. It kept being like, oh, like us having to plan the dates and make the first move and yet like text first and like pay for the date sometimes, like on the first date.
Yeah, and if you go on also with with the relationship, then you have to the one to get up, make the breakfast, and then you wait
Yeah.
some shift and like. But it's weird because I heard there's like it's something I think that's going this side of the globe because with friends that I talk to the other when I have other friends than me that talk and they say, oh, my boyfriend, my partner, my boyfriend, my dating, whatever. He woke me up with a cup of coffee. I was like, that's a movie. That's a TV show.
I'm
What is
like, dude,
about that?
does he have friends? Does he have any brothers? Like,
Yeah,
here's my
exactly.
number.
Exactly. It was like, ooh, where did this come from? Because it never happened to you, so that I'm aware.
No,
You,
like
you
quite
talk
the
to some,
opposite. Quite the opposite.
even leaving the small note like in the night before you go to bed, like, good morning. And they say to you, it's just piece of paper. Yeah, thank you. I know what it's made of. Those are the intention put in that piece of paper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
we need always to be the bigger man. Yeah,
And in addition to all of that, it's also, I felt like carrying the emotional weight in a relationship, like having, like if there's like a difficult conversation to have or stuff like that, it was
yeah,
coming from like, me and my girlfriends. And so I was like, okay, like if we're like bringing all this to the table, like what, and
yeah.
like we're kind of taking on, we're kind of being the bigger man in all these situations. Like, and so my whole album concept was, if I'm gonna do all this, like what happens then when I if I talk like a man, if I act like a man, if I write songs like a man. So the whole the song titles that I chose for the album have meaning in that, like, titles like That Ass, or I have a song coming out that's on the album that's called Your Mom. They're
Oh,
all it's just like it's very much parodying it. It's very funny. Like
yeah,
I'm not trying to be, I think it's just like something I want to laugh at as well and
yeah.
poke fun at because um I mean there's a lot of humor in it and I see it and I'd rather like
Because of course,
find that.
yeah,
And so that's kind of what the album is about. And it's just kind of, taking on that role
yeah.
and it was so fun to write. It was really, really like I was just like laughing throughout the whole process. Like me and my producer,
It's
even when I was home
yeah.
alone, like I was really really
I mean,
entertaining myself.
you are literally confirming me what I told you about your music at the beginning. That's heartfelt. It's light. It's not kind of a maybe it's and it's also not kind of a saying. Okay, that's all. All the dating life sucks or no. It's just taking it as a
No.
humor because of course, like we have our burden. There are so many men that are so scared to show vulnerability because of that
Yeah,
because they have
yeah.
their own stereotypes. But you bring it up there like to saying it's just fun. I'm just saying what I experience, what many other women experience in a funny way, just to say, hey, maybe if it's said in a funny way, maybe it could be received and listened to.
Exactly. And I also kind of decided to do it in that way because I find that, if you're coming from, if we're trying to have a conversation
Yeah,
between two people who, or like, if say it's like, yeah, two people and we're trying to have a conversation and, I'm coming off as with like an accusatory tone, it
yeah,
doesn't really open for conversation.
no, yeah,
But
of course.
humor is such a beautiful way to start a conversation. And
Yeah.
I think my way was like, okay, we can acknowledge this is hilarious. Like, let's just make fun of that. And then hopefully that can start some conversations from like a humorous perspective.
Yeah,
So,
and I completely agree because sometimes it may happen, even doesn't matter, like even in friendship, in all relationship, there might not be like that key of communication because I don't know, a lot of things, age, minds,
yeah.
but it doesn't mean that we can laugh about it, like
Yeah,
we can try to make understand in other ways. It's just that's the thing.
exactly.
That's and it's a beautiful way to put it out. How because it's the more we live is such a also almost a competition, like the dating life. Like, oh, you're not dating anyone, so you're single. Why are you single? And then it's like if you're in a relationship, it's like weird because now there is a lot of female empowerment that put us just single, and she's like, what should I do? And then when it comes, like, just to be ourselves.
Exactly. And like,
Yeah,
yeah, so this was just my experience. I haven't had great luck in dating um so far. It's okay. I can laugh about it. And
yeah.
there's some songs that haven't been even out that aren't even out yet that I'm just really like laughing at myself too because I have a song on the record called Dumb, which just kind of, I'm just like making fun of myself. And I'm like, I'm such a dumbass sometimes. Like when you're like really like falling for someone and it's
That
not meant to work out and that like the things you do to convince yourself like it should work out is hilarious. So I kind of poking fun
that's
at myself a
no,
lot
but
too.
that's
This
good.
record.
This that's the thing I think that more and when the album is gonna be out, we're gonna go back in this topic because it's important because a lot of teenage version of us, like teenager would have maybe have someone that had this music because I think both of us growing up were listening now to those sad ballad and falling in love and those TV show falling in love and then we grew up with that kind of like okay maybe it's not like we thought about maybe it's like a little bit different maybe it could
Yeah. Where's my Prince Charming?
I blame Disney and all those
Honestly.
2000 TV show for that. I
Ugh, dang it. All those
thankfully
Christmas movies.
thankfully we have more wide thing. I prefer let's watch some horror movies. Maybe we grew up with
There you
more
go.
expectation.
There you go.
I'm currently rewatching Shameless, the US version, which is
Nice.
so fun, and that's okay. The per is maybe too realistic, but that's fun. That's
That's
a way.
exactly what you need.
Yeah,
Like fun, lighthearted, like yes.
exactly. But of course, I read also there are other song like with Gold is your last single released. Okay, that will be in the album, of course, I guess. Like
Yeah.
Gold, I don't know, I decay. So
Yeah.
what about this song? Because also that game that I mean that there's a lot. So let's
There's
get
a lot. Yeah.
with the last single.
Yeah. So
Gold
with
is
gold,
beautiful as the title.
thank you, thank you so much. It's definitely the most vulnerable and personal song I've ever written or released, and releasing it was a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like my heart out on the table. But
Yeah,
it felt like such an important song to put out because I know there's other people who've been through what I experienced. And my whole goal with, releasing music and
yeah,
writing music is to, um, like help articulate those feelings that are really hard to articulate in the moment. And I know that music has really done that for me in my life. So many of the songs I grew up listening to kind of described perfectly what I was going through at different moments. And music does save you in a way. It's like it's
yeah,
like your best friend.
yeah, that's
It
true.
reads your mind, and like it's just magical to me. It's hard to like describe, but
It's
I
true.
just I just hope I can give that to someone else and like be so specific about my experience, that maybe I haven't heard being sung about in this specific way. And like, hopefully I can kind of give that to
I
someone else.
guess you can do that because we don't. We sometimes we focus so much, like I think in the how higher is and I don't know how famous it could be someone, and then we go straight forward to that, or high, like, like we listen to just one kind of genre of music and we just stick to that. I find myself going back in time and listening to those pop songs from like Britney Spears and how they were easy. I was like, okay, something is shifted here, or just like those songs, even from early 2000, they fit perfectly in the fall mood. There's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit sad, but not that sad that make you feel like
Yes.
crying. It's are calming, like it literally a picture Gilmore Girls, a coffee, that vibe there.
Well said. Yes.
I like that. Yes, I like that. That's well,
100%.
your headphones, just a cup of coffee, walking through autumn leaves, and
Oh,
then all the problems disappear.
honestly, like you're like, what was I even crying about an hour ago?
Yeah. And it just happened that I found out the most amazing singers like that. That's why, like, you are included in this, of course. There's so
Oh, you're so
many,
sweet.
and I will send you also some of other girls that I think have this type of same energy that you had, that kind of
Yeah.
put out themselves, their emotion, but in a funny, maybe more provocative way, but all the true self out there. That's
Yeah.
the thing. And there's a not all, but there's quite a few girls, women out there that I think many people should more, like focus on listening what's going on now, because we may maybe end up and listen also sometimes to the compilation of Spotify, because there you can find hidden gem. Maybe you can
Yeah.
find one of your songs, put it there because Spotify put it, and that's how also are you gonna help to grow up the artist, because you maybe that's how I found out so many band and musicians that I never have ever heard, but today are like I can't listen all day, all them, all along. I don't know even what are those rock songs from the 80s, 90s. I forgot to listen. Beautiful music out there today, and I mean I'm gonna listen on all your song like tomorrow, because I want to wait, because I have this a suggestion. I'm the one that listen music, driving. For me, any moment of the day is a specific song. So I would
Yeah.
suggest to the people, literally, like to the viewers, just starting at least what you have on Spotify, release that. Just in the morning, while you're having after breakfast, so to put your music on Spotify, and just with the headphones. And I bet they can have a smile, a laugh after that.
Oh, you're so kind.
I
Thank
mean, it's a
you.
kind of an advice, but that's my advice to them, and that's what I will do tomorrow. So,
I think that's great advice.
and I will do
I'll
that.
take it. I'll take it too.
I will take a picture of the breakfast with your song in it.
I think a great way to start the day could be game, because you're like,
Yeah.
I'm taking on this day, like let's do
Let's
it.
tell me about what is game. So because now you put me in curiosity. So of course I'm like,
So Game is a song about ambition,
really?
like being competitive.
But it,
not so much against others, but yourself.
yeah,
So that's say like a different side of the coin from ambition and just going after what you want in life and really like going for it with
yeah,
everything you have. And that's definitely a way that I just like approach things and that it's a song that like in the moments where maybe I'm feeling like a little more doubtful, I'll like that's the song I need to listen to pump
that's
me up for those things. So that's
true.
what that song is about.
And I
Yeah.
think, yeah, also when you don't know who you are, like when you lose track of the motivation itself, and you doubt yourself, maybe it could be a good start to just
Yes.
because it's about moving. And when you have the good song, the good vibe, you just okay, I'm not alone. I can challenge myself to just for even
Yeah.
just for example to just go out for a walk. And you're
Literally.
challenging yourself. And we have
Literally.
passed at least IDK.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. IDK, so I wrote that about a year ago. It was a very like creative day. I wrote that and my other song, What You Doing, on the same day.
Okay.
Um, and IDK is about I didn't realize it, but I was starting to like have feelings for someone after being on a few dates with them. And those songs, it's funny how they came out because like I didn't like actively like write the lyrics. It just kind of I like kind of sung gibberish and then I went back after like the session and was kind of figuring out what like my subconscious was trying to express and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like my heart beats and has feelings again. What is happening?" Um and then what kind of comes with that sometimes, at least like for me and my friend and some of my friends is that you can get this like I always describe it as like when like good things happen and then
Yeah.
they get taken away from you and then you kind of sort of develop this thing that like when something good does happen then you're like okay when's it gonna end like
Yeah,
when's
exactly. The fear of losing that moment. And you
yeah, like it's
when
too
it's
good to
left.
be
Yeah.
true. And it's like
Yeah,
hard to even enjoy
exactly.
it almost. And so that's what the song is about and what inspired it. And I was trying to figure out a metaphor to kind of like really hone in on that feeling
Yeah.
and show it. And the one that came to mind was
I
kind
love
of feeling like a criminal getting away with
yeah.
a crime. Because I was like, I always feel like growing up a total like goody two shoes and like
Yeah.
preachable, I was like, I felt like I could have never gotten away with anything. Like, what if I, like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
never like cheated in a test or anything because, like, I was like, I will get caught. I think
Yeah,
I
the
did
same.
once. I did once in middle school and I got caught, and after that, I was like, I'm done. This life
Yeah.
ain't for me.
Yeah,
Um, and so I just felt like I was like, I can't get away with anything. So like, how the hell am I getting away with you? And like, I was like, I do feel like a criminal on the loose who's about to get caught. And so many of those feelings out and like
they're true.
parallel, it's like the knot in your
Um,
stomach, the sweaty palms, the anxiety,
exactly.
all these things. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I know this song will be included in Bigger Man. So,
Yeah.
so all these songs said that people can, we would have kind of literally your journey as well, and also more of your journey because, like we were mentioning, there is gonna be from now, like because we got this be the last single, it's gonna be another single releasing in January.
Yeah.
I mean, the pre-order of the album are open, so people can.
Please.
That's what, yeah, do pre-order. We will
Please.
don't worry,
So
Sophia. We will push. We will do everything to pre-order.
thank you. I'm
Pre-order.
trying. Thank you. I'm really trying to get into the charts, and the way to do that is to purchase or pre-order the album on the iTunes store. So not
Yeah,
on Apple Music, but you have to download the iTunes store app. So if you do that, there's a link in my bio on Instagram,
yeah.
but you can order the album. So I would really appreciate it if anyone could
Of
do,
course,
if you can afford it, that'd mean a lot.
no, of course. Also because we will know exactly when the album is gonna be out, so we will have it there. And but also there are other ways that people can do to support you aside for following on social media. Like you will have some copy of the album, planning to do some merch.
I'm planning some merch. I'm not quite sure
Okay,
about physical copies of the
okay,
album. I don't know if I can afford that right now,
okay.
just because I'm completely independent. I definitely like I have all the designs ready. It's ready to go. So
Well,
hopefully. the album,
Of course.
does really well in the new year, and then I can definitely do that. I'm dreaming of that. Um,
I, as a merch, an idea, a cup, a mug with the logo or something of the new album, because that's
Definitely,
perfect. Coffee,
definitely.
it's a must. Every I think few people in the world survive. Even an herbal tea. I mean, doesn't have coffee filled with even alcohol, whatever you want to fill it with. So
True. Like bigger man to start your day, and you're like,
um,
who's the man? Me.
I love that. You have such a good, like positive attitude and vibe that
Oh,
especially like as a different also sound than like many of other musicians out there. And I'm really happy that I got a chance to know you because this is gonna be, I think, the first of many, 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 many interviews, and hopefully even in presence. I mean, you are UK, you are not like even if you would have been US, that's one of my goals to go.
come
And
visit,
yeah,
like we could have found a way.
yeah, of course. And do you have any live show plan, or is just about the releasing at the moment?
So I'm just focusing on the release at the moment, but in the next year in 2026, gonna be playing some shows. I'm planning right
Okay,
now.
always around UK.
Yeah, for now, yeah, but
Yeah,
who knows? If some amazing opportunity comes by, I'm ready to pack my bag and go. Like,
I mean, it would be amazing. And,
I am doing a listening slash release party in January, the day
okay,
before my album's out. I haven't announced it yet,
okay,
but I
that's
will in the
important.
next couple days. So I'll be doing that in London. If you're in London, let me know. You're more than
Yeah,
welcome.
it's gonna be super cool. And of course, like I said, soon as after the album is out, or some days before the release of the album, we jump out to do the interview and we post it after.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we can put it there because I think there are other songs that needs like a specific explanation, and then go through all of these because it's like
Yeah.
who is the Sophia today when you started. So yeah, you see, performing in front of you, your cat brings you luck. It was
Say
a
that Oh, my cat, yeah.
your cat was a really good charming, like because it brought you today to releasing an album.
Thank you. I mean, it's all thanks to her. All my
Yeah,
love goes out to my parents' cat, so.
yeah. And of course, like I wish you really all the best, and I will do my best to because when there is so much positivity and then honesty, and because I can see that there's just like you with a positive and honest smile. I just try to, and I wish you could go further, even if it's just playing all you whatever. I mean, at plus in Italy, it could be easier even if to come and play in Italy and perform. I think you'll
Oh
be.
yeah, I definitely have some shows planned for Italy as
Uh,
well.
and there's I think even in Milan a perfect place that you could fit. It's called the Santeria.
Santeria, I'll check it out. I feel like I've heard of it, but I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah, a lot of nice blend and a nice blender and all. It's like an intimate place, but it's really beautiful. It's fit like a kind of a rockish pop indie ambient. It's really beautiful. Also
All
stylish because
right.
some people would define hipster, but it's not hipster. Hipster, it's from another decade. So it's
Yeah,
fitting this kind of let's say classy rock. Let's say like that, but
love
fun.
it.
It's very
Thank
beautiful.
you.
I will send you the link. They're really nice people, really beautiful place. So
Amazing. Thank you so much. And honestly, like right back at you. You have the best energy.
thank you,
You're such an
thank you,
amazing interviewer, and thank you for
thank
taking
you
the
so
time
much.
to
Of
talk with me
course,
today. I know you're very busy, so I
yeah.
appreciate it.
No, but I would love to do another one, even about like influences or random question,
Yes.
motivating women or disaster that.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I'll just debrief you on my dating life, honestly.
The one they do like before the end of the year, so like on the social media. Yeah, let's just
Okay.
do that. So
That is my album in a nutshell.
you will do some interview before your album release then. So thank you so much, Sophia. It was a really pleasure meeting you, and have a good rest of the evening, and see you soon then.
Thank you. Pleasure was mine. Have a lovely evening. Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao, bye.